Hey everyone, welcome to the Buck to Basics YouTube channel. I'm Anna and I will be your host for Beginner's Guide to Alchemy. So before we get started, I'd like you to go ahead and just find a comfortable seat. That can be in a chair because this episode is going to be very foundational and we're not going to be doing much moving. We'll be doing a little bit more breath work and body scan. But before we get started, let's just go ahead and set our space. So if you'd like, you can put on some essential oils or you can light a candle or some incense, whatever blows your hair back. And then when you're ready, let's dive in. So what is alchemy? Why is it important? And how can we access it? Alchemy is the art of transmutation from stagnant energy to flowing energy. Some people also say positive or negative to positive energy, but to me, it's really about getting some of the areas that we're feeling stuck and getting them flowing. So, why is that important? We can use alchemy to our advantage to not only connect with the divine in spirit, but to help us rewire old patterns and beliefs that are no longer serving us. And that can also go for feelings and emotions. So these are ways that we can learn how to free ourselves. And how do we practice it and how do we access it? So there are a number of ways that you can practice alchemy, and it can be as as in depth as an hour meditation with yoga, or it can be as simple as 5 minutes in the bathroom. And what do you mean 5 minutes in the bathroom, right? It sounds silly, but it's really not, especially whenever we're finding ourselves either not grounded and present and where we are focused on the future and we're worrying about things, or where we're stuck in the past and we're focusing on our pain. So what we can do here is find techniques to bring us to the present moment, to ground us down and let us know that we're okay, we're safe, even whenever it's not okay. So how do we do that? The first thing I'm going to teach you is breath work. That is my go-to whenever I am feeling out of sorts, or like I have, anxiety, or I'm feeling my pain. The number one thing I go to is breath work. So I'd like to go ahead and share 4-part breath with you today. That is where we breathe in for 4 seconds, we hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold again for 4 seconds. So I'll practice that with y'all. And let's go ahead and get started. So we'll remove the fleshy parts from our sit bones, sit up nice and tall, whether you're in a chair or if you're cross-legged. And then we'll bring the hands to either rest on the top of the thighs. You can bring your hands over your heart. You can also bring one hand over your heart and one hand on your belly, just whatever feels most comfortable for you. So before we begin our 4-part breath, we're going to take 3 deep cleansing breaths. So we'll inhale the deepest breath that we've taken all day. And exhale completely, soft sigh. 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale deeply. And exhale, soft sigh. Last round of breath. Inhale together. And exhale completely. Now we're ready to begin our 4-part breath. Inhale for 4 seconds. And hold. Exhale. And hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. So I'd like you to continue breathing in, suspending the breath, exhaling, and holding again. But maybe this time you try to lengthen the breath. So instead of 4 seconds, you're going for 5. And if that's not calling to you, you can keep it at 4 or you can do 3 seconds. So we'll do another round. I'm going to continue for 4 seconds. So we'll inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd like you to keep going. I'm going to turn up some music and we're just going to take a few more minutes to practice this breath. And I'll be here practicing with you. So if we find ourselves getting frustrated or we find that our thoughts are floating to different directions, just simply bring yourself back to this moment and notice your breath. And if anything is coming up emotionally, physically, spiritually, just mentally tell yourself you can let it pass. You can let it flow. Notice the expansion with each inhale as you feel your heart and your chest lift. Notice the space between when you pause, and notice your exhale as you release. Keep going. You've got this. I'd like you to practice your 4-part breath for 3 more rounds, and then we'll meet in just our seated position with the eyes open when you're ready. So when you're ready, we'll just be seated here. You can flutter your eyes open. You can brush your fingertips together or lightly brush your thighs. This is a trick to bring your awareness to the present moment. So you can also practice this anytime that you're feeling ungrounded. You can place your hands on something that will ground you. All right, so we made it through the breath work portion of today's episode. And finally, we'll end with a quick body scan. So this is also a tool that you can take anywhere with you that you are, whether that's, at work, at school, maybe you're just home and having a tough day, or maybe you're having a good day and you just want to check in. So again, we'll go ahead and bring the fleshy parts from underneath our sit bones. You can sit up nice and tall for this, or you have the option to lay down. And then once you're seated or you're laying down, we'll just go ahead and close the eyes and begin to bring our awareness to our internal landscape. We'll start with our feet and noticing the parts of our feet that are touching the earth or a yoga mat. And we'll just simply bring that awareness up from our feet to our ankles, noticing any sensation that is in the lower part of our legs. And we can slowly bring that awareness up from our ankles to our shins, our calves, and up to the knee. Taking a moment here to notice if there's any tension or sensation in the body. Allow the breath to be natural without forcing or changing. And if you find that your mind is floating away from this present moment, simply ask yourself to bring it back to this moment in your body now. Slowly bring your awareness up from the knees to the top of the thighs. Maybe notice the hamstrings, noticing sensation, tension, maybe even relaxation. Still allowing the breath to flow naturally. Bring your awareness from your legs to your hips. The hips are commonly known for being tight, as they are emotionally our junk drawer. So I'll just take a deep breath here, noticing any tension. And exhale, release. Slowly bring your awareness up from your hips to your belly and your low back. Notice if you are clenching anywhere or sucking in your belly, and allow yourself to release and be without holding any tension in those areas. Tell yourself that you are safe in this moment to relax. Next inhale, we'll bring our awareness up to our heart space and the space behind our heart and our back. Again, noticing sensation and breathing love into that area. Slowly bring your awareness to your shoulders. Now, if you are seated, you're more than welcome to take a couple of shoulder rolls here. You can take them back a few times, and then you can take them forward. And if you're laying down, I offer you the option of shrugging your shoulders up to your ears. Inhale. Exhale, release the shoulders back down. Take a moment to notice any shifts that have occurred. Maybe there haven't, and that's okay too. Slowly bring your awareness up the neck to the jaw, and notice if you're clenching or holding on. Take a moment to part the lips and take a few breaths in and out through the mouth. Two more breaths in and out through the mouth here. Feeling the air on your lips as you inhale and exhale, release. And close the mouth. Take a few swallows. And slowly bring your awareness up through the crown of your head. Imagine that there is a white light coming from the crown of your head. And with each breath, you feel this light encompassing you like a bubble. And this light feels warm, and it feels loving, and it feels safe. Take a moment here to notice the entire body from head to toe, from toe to head, and just notice any sensations, any shifts that have occurred. Maybe there are some areas that still need some love, and that's okay. You are more than welcome to stay here resting if you would like. If you're ready to move and carry on with your day, you can, again, brush your fingertips together, maybe make some circles with the wrists. Same thing with the ankles. You can roll those out either direction. Just finding soft, gentle ways to wake yourself up from this body scan. And when you're ready, we'll meet in a seated position. We'll bring our hands to our heart center. We'll take a deep breath here. When you're ready, we'll bring our hands to our third eye and take another deep breath here. Thank you so much for joining me in today's Beginner's Guide to Alchemy. Sat Nam, truth is my identity. So thank you again for joining in today's episode. That was just foundational work. We are going to be delving in on our next episode with more techniques for breath work, movement, and then also revisiting our body scan. And then I would also like you to bring a pen and paper to our next episode. And I think that's it, guys. So thank y'all so much for joining. If you have any questions or any feedback for me, you can drop us an email at info@buck2basics.com, or you can message us on Instagram at Buck2Basics or Facebook at Buck2Basics.